Yo, what is going on YouTube? This is your boy Kamen Rider Zero Spike back again once again. And today, people, today we're here for Kamen Rider Geats episode 38. And this is the debut of Geats Mark 9. Weren't we just at 3? And you just skipped to 9? You said 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Screw them. We going all the way to 9. But yeah, man, in this episode we get the debut of Geats' ultimate form, and I love it. I don't know, all the finesse factor was high in this episode, but in this episode we do see Geats' mother. He does save his mother. He doesn't save her necessarily, but he gets to talk to her and reconcile with her, and put everything together and just get to see his mom and hug his mom and stuff like that. Finally getting to actually save his mom, but he really didn't save her. But in this episode, we see the grand end has basically commenced in this episode. But yeah, Sueru, I really felt like he was gonna have another form. He just transforms into a version of Gazer. He legit just turns into Gazer with some red lines on his face, on the faceplate. But other than that, I thought Sueru was gonna be, he doesn't get destroyed in this episode though. Geese does beat him, but he's not but we know that Sueru's kind of omnipotent, so he's a whole nother different level than the rest of the people from their future. So yeah, but in this episode we did see that all the people who were beaten by who are all beaten by Buffer, they all have returned back to their regular lives. We see that even KY is talking with his sister, and he sees that, and she makes a henshin joke, and then he's like, wait, I thought you forgot about your Kamen Rider stuff. And she was like, what's that? And it turned out she was just using a face cleanser that was called Beauty Transform, which was funny and stuff. And he was like, he still didn't want it to end like this. And KY actually goes out to do stuff, but we don't see KY. We don't see KY for 2 scenes. We did see Buffer, who was also marking down all the riders who have been taken out during the game. He marks off Sarah and Neon. We only see Neon once in this episode. We did see her bodyguards also in this too. But yeah, we see that they're not really that important really right now. Kyun even comes back. We see that Jin is also in this. It's everybody's here. I wouldn't say everybody, but main people are here. But yeah, we see that Geats when he transforms into this when he transforms into Boost Mark 3, he has the ability to manipulate reality. He has the ability to manipulate reality, but essentially saying that he inherited this power from Mitsume, his mom. And when he tries to save her, he runs up, tries to save her, and he's manipulating reality. We see his tails are making these giant red blocky pillars and stuff like that for him to jump on, to basically go there and grab the statue. We see that when he does this, Joel kind of teleports himself and the goddess away. But we see that Geats falls back down to the ground. He passes out into this other little alternate kind of world space thing where he's speaking to a man with a fox mask. And I got some Naruto vibes from this, because it felt like Naruto talking to Kurama. And the guy is the fox mask man is asking him, what do you truly stuff what do you truly desire? That power that you have right now isn't gonna be able to remake the world or anything like that. And he's speaking with this guy, and it's oh, this guy's you're definitely talking to yourself. This guy is definitely just you with a mask on, and we can kind of see that. And he does Geese basically tells him that I want to destroy the world and create it anew. I'm going to destroy the world and remake it. And this man takes off his mask, and turns out it is Geats. It's another version of him, but he's you really are a fool. And we get back to Zuel's talking to Niram, and talking to Niram, Sumidi, and Niram's little assistant secretary lady whose name is Samus. And They basically go on to say that, oh well, the goddess of creation can no longer, we really don't need her anymore, because we basically have created a new goddess of creation, which is Sumidi. Sumidi is basically going to be their new goddess of creation, because she has the powers of the goddess of creation. They remind her that at that one point, she wanted Ace to come back so bad, and she ended up using that power to bring back Ace. And I said they basically saying that you're going to be the new goddess of creation, because you have the power to do that. And Sumidi isn't too happy about this. Niram isn't happy about this, because Niram's like, you took this woman away from her family and did all these bad, and he's talking about Mitsume, did all these things to her, and then now you're just gonna rebuild the game and stuff like that off of like fake and fiction and all this other stuff. And Niram gets, and then like Zuel's like, you dare defy me? And out of nowhere, Niram, he gets shot. A regular like freaking like gun, he gets shot in like his side, really. And it's talking about Samus is the one that shot him. She shot him, and it says that I'm also going to be your successor. She takes the vision driver away from him, and now Niram like basically has like no power. That's when Sumidi goes to him and tries to stop his bleeding and things like that, and they just leave him there. Like, they're basically just gotten rid of Niram. And so we say that after Ace gets done talking to, after he got done talking with his other self, he gets like phased into like another parallel looking world, very, very beautiful looking world, where he's talking with his mother. He basically, they go down the line and talk about how like, I didn't want, like his mom, he's like, I didn't want to forget you. I lived for 2,000 years and trying to get to you, find you, and all this other stuff. And she's like, yo, your happiness was my happiness, stuff like that. You have to like really like let me go and stuff. And it's really nice, but it's also very sad, because it feels like, most likely she's going to die. I'm thinking she's dead. After she's not goddess of creation no more. I think Mitsume is dead. I don't know that for sure, but you guys let me know if you think Mitsume is like dead. Maybe she is, maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, it is kind of sad to see that she's dead. After all this time trying to get to her, he finally gets to her, and then she dies in front of him. It's messed up. So the grand end actually begins, and while that's happening, we see like, it's like a curtain, like this red. It felt like a curtain, like it was like they were ending the play, or ending the show, which essentially it is a show, but they're ending it. And everybody sees this. Everybody in the world basically can see this, and we see that Buffa's like, dang, it's over now. And he looks down and he sees that his driver ends up fading away, and he loses his memories. We see that K, while he sees all this, and he's running towards this thing, and he gets ready to henshin, and when he tries to henshin, his buckle and everything fades away, and he loses his memories, and he starts to spaz out. He's like, whoa, God, what is that in the sky? We also saw how Kyum was basically like rustling and trying to get to Neon, and he said, hey, you're a comrade in Nago, like you told me to remind you if you ever lost your memories again and stuff like that. And then she's like, what are you talking about? Like stuff like that. And then he's like, hey, remember who you truly are. And that's when they end up, her bodyguards end up taking her away. And that's when everybody basically starts to fade. Like all the people who came from the future and stuff like that, they're starting to go back to their world. We see that Kyun and Jean end up walking through the portal. They say goodbye. We see that Kyun's mad because the way everything ended with Neon and stuff like that, like everybody's kind of gone, and then the world basically resets. When the world, we also saw how when Geats woke up, he ended up talking with Jin and stuff like that. And when everything resets, when everything resets, we see that Geats is the only one that's still there who remembers basically everything. He hasn't lost his memory because of his reality warping powers. And he ends up walking up and talking with Zuel. Zuel actually uses the uh like I said before, he ends up using the driver, and he ends up hitching up into another type of gazer. We did see that Niram did actually try and talk with Ace, but he fades away before Ace really noticed him. I feel like he did know that was Niram there because it's Ace, but like Niram was like, I wish I could have seen you take these guys out, or I wish I could have seen everything that you're about to do right now. And he ends up also Niram ends up fading away. We see that after the grand end is over, we see that Geats goes up and speaks with Zuel, and Zuel's like, how did you get here? Like, wait, what? Like, how are you here? And we see that's Geats is like, yeah, like, I won't let this world end. This world isn't over yet, stuff like that. And that's when Geats ends up using his new powers and ends up turning into Geats Mark 9. And the headshot sequence for this is freaking dope. Like, it's so freaking cool how he turns into this form. And he turns into this form and absolutely just annihilates Zuel. Like, there's at one point, there's my two favorite parts of this fight. Well, it's three favorite parts, but my first favorite part of this fight was the fact that, well, every time Geats would like bounce off or break something, it would automatically fix itself. So he jumps off the side of a building, which is like glass, and he breaks it when he jumps off, but it goes back and reverses time or whatever. And because a lot of this felt like some Geo stuff. Like, a lot of this felt like some Geo stuff when it comes out to like the clock sound, the dong sound, the big bell sound. Like, that happened a lot in this, and I felt he was doing a lot of Geo stuff. But yeah, he's able to do that. He's also able to completely wipe the floor with Niram, literally, after he uses his gravity powers, or I guess they're reality warping powers, where he ends up burying Zuel in the ground, and just starts while the ground's like, he's stuck in the ground, like he's just sitting there slashing him. He's slashing him, he's shooting him around multiple times. There's a part where he literally says shh. He literally tells his back, like the theme of the show was playing, and he goes shh, and the music turns off. And he Zuel tries to attack him, and all you hear is blade, and his gun transforms into a sword, and he slashes Zuel, and then the music kicks back up again where it left off. I was like, that was so freaking cool. That was really cool. I love that little, I'm about to say feature. I love that little thing. I love that part. They put that in there. He's beating the crap out of him again. He does his ultimate where he punches through all of Zuel's shields, and then he takes the sword and then he throws the sword through the shields. He runs up, completely berserkers his way through the shields, and kicks the sword into Zuel's chest, blowing him up. And it was freaking dope. And it was like, and then Zuel's ghostly kind of form comes out of nowhere, and he's like, and he comes up and picks up the vision driver, and he was like, all that, like, I was like, yo, was all that an illusion? Because Zuel could do crap like that. And he's like, I'll be watching you. I'm gonna see if you're gonna turn this world into a utopia or a dystopia. So I'm gonna be watching you. So feel every piece. I'm out. And I'm just like, what? And next episode, we're gonna get the face reveal of Zuel. Also, Jamato are gonna make a new appearance, and I'm just like, what else can we do now? Like, what else is there to do? Like, really? I mean, I guess we have to save Sumidi. We have to save Sumidi and stop them from turning Sumidi into a new goddess of creation, while also actually defeating Zuel. But yeah, I also wonder, like, Geats looks like Geats is going to get everyone together, and like, while they don't have their memories, and he's trying to possibly gonna try and get everybody's memories back. You know, how is he gonna get everybody's ID cores back? I mean, he has reality warping powers, so he probably could just wield them into existence. But it was just so weird. It was a lot going on. I mean, like, you kind of got rid of some people. I mean, on episode 38. And when I say you got rid of them, I mean, like, they went back to their world, but most likely we're going to see them again. Also, no Beruba and no Kakera in this episode either, so maybe whatever they wished for prior probably protected them from whatever the other future people were going to go through, I guess. So most likely, yeah, I feel like that's possibly what they wish for. But yeah, I'm like, what's next? Because this is okay. New forms, final forms of showing up in Kamen Rider are always freaking cool, especially the first debut, when you see the utter power that this freaking new form actually has. And I hope this form just doesn't get like downplayed later. I mean, like, when we come to Mark II, Mark II, and with the gravity powers added to it, that form never got beaten. Unless one time. It got beaten one time, but I hope this form never gets beaten. I hope he annihilates everything. Because Geats is like pretty freaking broken. And the whole like inheriting these powers and stuff, I'm like, how did you, like, he inherited, the time manipulation, the reality warping powers that he had, and I'm just like, it's a lot. But you guys let me know down in the comment section below, what did you guys think of this episode of Kamen Rider Geats? Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let me know that you made it to the end of the video, and I'm gonna see you guys next time. Tell me all your thoughts down there in the comment section, your theories or whatever. What did you guys think of Kamen Rider Geats Mark 9? Like, what did you guys think of this form? I freaking loved it. I love foxes, white foxes especially. So this is a 10 out of 10 form. This is a 10 out of 10 form for me, and that's my pet duck telling me to come feed him. But with that being said, guys, I'm gonna see you guys next time. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, like I said before, and remember that I always say, stay henshined.